How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Gamerverse Hub, and today we're not going to be talking about positive news, but mostly serious news regarding with what we can expect from the policies of the Nintendo Switch 2, which are not that positive at all. In other words, instead of celebrating the upcoming release of the Switch 2, we are staring down a policy update that feels like it was pulled straight down from a dystopian tech playbook. And yes, this is not a joke. Nintendo now reserves the rights to remotely brick or permanently disable your Switch 2 console if they decide you have hacked it, modded it, or even just used it in a way they do not like. In their recent updated end users license agreement, Nintendo outlines that the company can and will remotely disable a Switch 2 system if it detects unauthorized activity. This includes piracy, homebrew software, and possibly even basic modifications. And no due process, no refund, that's ball game over. So to put it in plainly, if Nintendo flags a console, they can shut it down forever, and not just block online play. We're talking a complete, irreversible brick, and that is hundreds of dollars down the green pipe. Now here's where things get real. When you buy a console, you would think you are purchasing a product. However, something you own, but no, not at all. Nintendo's legal framework argues that you are actually just licensing access. You don't own the system, you own the right to use it under very specific terms. This, of course, sets a very disturbing precedent because it means your console is not really yours. It's more like you're renting a box when Nintendo's holding in the Power Switch, and basically that's kind of like, renting a box for almost more than $400 to be exact, which is, oh man. Not so great. This policy does not just target pirates. It potentially puts at risk homebrew developers, tech-savvy users experimenting with accessibility mods, or even collectors who want to preserve older software. And let's not pretend Nintendo has not acted aggressively in the past. DMCA strikes on YouTube videos, fan games taken down, and emulator crackdowns, but this takes a cake. It gives Nintendo God mode control over your hardware. Interestingly, the reach of this EULA is much stronger in the US than in Europe, and that's because European consumer protection laws offer more resistance to this kind of policy, but in the US, however, you are stuck with it. This raises an even bigger issue: regional disparity in digital rights. The exact same console gives different levels of user freedom based on where you live, and in the US, you're at the mercy of Nintendo's direction. The backlash has been swift. Gamers, tech reviewers, and rights activists have taken to social media, calling out the move for what it is, and of course, that is anti-consumer. And many are asking, in quotes, what is the point of paying full price for something you truly do not own? Well, they actually got a point. This policy might be about fighting piracy, but it ends up hurting the people who play fair the most. It punishes ownership, creativity, and personal freedom, and all in the name of control. So let us know in the comments, do you think Nintendo's breaking policy is justified, or is it a line that has gone too far? So do not forget to hit like, and while you're at it, subscribe for more content like this, hit the bell to be notified whenever my next video is going to drop, and thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you all in the next one.